Welcome to this video on the introduction to diplomacy. Today we will explore the meaning, nature, and evolution of diplomacy, tracing its journey from classical roots to its modern application in international relations. In this video, we will cover the definition of diplomacy, its core characteristics, and how it has evolved over time. We will also examine the distinction between classical and modern approaches and the growing importance of digital and public diplomacy. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to define diplomacy, understand its evolution, distinguish between classical and modern forms, and analyze the role of diplomacy in contemporary world politics. So what is diplomacy? At its heart, it is the peaceful management of international relations through negotiation, communication, and representation. Influential thinkers like Ernest Satow and Nicolson have highlighted the roles of intelligence, tact, and negotiation in this process. Diplomacy encompasses many functions, including conflict resolution and the protection of national interests. It is often summarized by the key idea that war begins where diplomacy fails, emphasizing its role in maintaining nonviolent international engagement. The word diplomacy originates from the Greek word diploma, meaning a folded document. Historically, this referred to official documents, letters of authority, or credentials held by envoys, underscoring that the document's credibility was the essence of early diplomatic relations. The objectives of diplomacy are wide-ranging. They include protecting national interests, maintaining peace, promoting international cooperation and friendship, increasing trade, and ensuring national security through the peaceful resolution of disputes. The nature of diplomacy is multifaceted. It is inherently peaceful, dynamic, and practical. It requires flexibility to adapt to changing situations, is continuous in its application, often remains confidential, and functions within both legal and political frameworks. Several characteristics define diplomatic practice, such as negotiation, persuasion, and the search for compromise. It also involves formal representation, clear communication, mutual respect between states, and a steadfast focus on serving the national interest. Diplomacy is essential for the stability of our world. It plays a vital role in preventing wars, building international alliances, fostering economic cooperation, managing climate negotiations, and facilitating cultural exchanges between diverse nations. The major functions of a diplomat are diverse. They include representing their state, negotiating agreements, reporting on events, protecting citizens abroad, ensuring the implementation of treaties, and managing crises as they arise. The evolution of diplomacy has been a long journey. From ancient practices and the classical era to the modern system, it has expanded to include new forms of multilateralism, and today, it has reached the digital age with virtual summits and cyber statecraft. Ancient diplomacy saw early civilizations like Egypt, Mesopotamia, Greece, Rome, and India engaging in international relations. They utilized messengers, established formal treaties, and frequently relied on marriage alliances to solidify their connections and maintain power. Roman diplomacy was characterized by the use of legal agreements and treaties, known as foedera. They used diplomacy alongside military action to expand their empire, create lasting administrative structures, and forge strategic alliances to manage their frontiers. Finally, medieval diplomacy was heavily shaped by royal and papal authority. It utilized shared faith for mediation and relied on the Catholic Church as a consistent framework for negotiation, while also fostering trade relations and political stability through strategic royal marriages. Moving into the classical diplomacy era, spanning from the 15th century to 1914, we see a system defined by secret diplomacy, the establishment of permanent embassies, the rise of professional diplomats, and a constant focus on the European balance of power. The Congress of Vienna in 1815 was a pivotal turning point. Following the Napoleonic Wars, it redesigned the political map of Europe and established a lasting framework aimed at preventing any single state from dominating the continent. This conference pioneered the quote-unquote concert of Europe, a system of multilateral cooperation and collective security. It also helped standardize the practice of diplomatic conferences as a legitimate tool for international statecraft and effective crisis management. Modern diplomacy began to take shape after World War I, around 1919. This era marked a significant shift toward open diplomacy. The creation of robust international organizations, increased multilateral engagement, and a new emphasis on public accountability. Key characteristics of this modern framework include multilateralism, moving beyond simple bilateral pacts and a commitment to transparency in negotiations. Decisions are now shaped by democratic ideals and checked by constitutional policy frameworks. Additionally, modern diplomacy is deeply institutionalized within international bodies, influenced by active public participation, and focused on global governance to address borderless challenges through structured, joint initiatives. The League of Nations, operating from 1919 to 1946, served as the predecessor to the United Nations, which was established in 1945. These organizations centralize roles in peacekeeping, mediation, human rights advocacy, and broad international cooperation. Modern diplomacy encompasses diverse types, including bilateral, multilateral, summit, economic, cultural, and defense diplomacy. It also extends to public and digital channels, allowing for broader engagement beyond traditional state-to-state relations. Public diplomacy is particularly noteworthy, where governments communicate directly with foreign citizens to build influence. Examples include events like International Yoga Day, cultural festivals, and the provision of international scholarships. Digital diplomacy has also transformed the field. Using social media, websites, and artificial intelligence, states can conduct virtual summits and engage in rapid digital communication, fundamentally changing how we interact in the global sphere. Today's diplomats face complex global challenges, including terrorism, cybersecurity threats, the impacts of climate change, refugee crises, pandemic management, trade wars, and the geopolitical implications of artificial intelligence. In the context of India, current diplomatic priorities include the Neighborhood First policy, Act East initiatives, engagement with the Global South, Indo-Pacific security, climate leadership, G20 contributions, and global vaccine diplomacy. In summary, diplomacy remains the cornerstone of international relations. By protecting national interests and maintaining peace through cooperation, it has successfully evolved from ancient, secretive negotiations into the transparent, digital era practice we see today.